10 years ago, as a broke, recently incarcerated college student, I traded this Mazdaspeed6 to my dad. He kinda just let it sit around. Now, Continental Tire has sponsored this video series, where I get to fix it back up for him. Today, we'll finish refreshing this dusty old sports sedan for my dad, with a few upgrades for safety. And we'll get to see if he likes it.
Ben brings us the nicest projects.
I've been working with Automotive Aesthetic in Charlottesville, Virginia for almost as long as the Mazdaspeed was sitting in my dad's yard. And if anyone can breathe new life into this old neglected car, it's them. While Conrad works on cleaning up the crusty old Mazda wheels, shod with fresh new Continental ECS02 tires, Steven and Brian begin breaking up some of the extremely old contamination on the Speed 6 itself.
I've just got a little bit of diluted acid and water. It'll get rid of a little bit of surface level rust, so it'll make things look prettier. What is that? Degreaser, specifically super clean.
With all the detailing we're doing today, we'll be able to fix that, right?
This?
Yeah.
A little bit of zip ties and spray paint. We can make this clean though. Brand new. Like nothing was there.
Looks good. It does look good.
Golly.
This is just a degreaser. This is just gonna break down a lot of like the organic material that's on the surface. It's just gonna loosen up all the heavy stuff, get it to not feel so rough, and it's gonna hydrate the surface too. And you can literally see, I mean, it just breaks it down. This is very simple, you know. I mean, this is not difficult stuff to remove. This is the satisfying part of detailing, honestly. Well, underneath of all that nasty stuff, the paint doesn't feel god awful, but it is, it's severely sun faded and sun damaged to the point that it has quite literally changed color.
We are cleaning the contamination and prepping it for polishing.
I'm just gonna sand and polish the headlights just to get them nice and clear again.
On the interior, Pierce has the best job, removing years worth of mouse poop from the carpet.
Some fresh 15, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000. You want your 1,000 grit sanding marks to be nice and even side to side. That way, so when you're going up and down with your next grit, you won't be able to see the 1,000 grit marks.
The car is literally the cleanest it's been since 2006, but it still doesn't run, which means it's time to trailer the speed back to the Gears Gasoline shop and finish this build.
Mark, before we put these rotors back on, I got a little box for you.
You got a box for me?
I got a box for you.
Like a gift for me?
It's a gift of sorts.
You know, you really went overboard with this.
These are Fortunato 500 coilovers, my go-to suspension for all of my cars. I've driven on them to Alaska, to all 48 states, set track records, and gotten groceries. And now, my dad can too. Part of this process of cleaning up the Mazda was to ensure my dad was riding in style, so God forbid anyone sees him driving around at stock ride height. Not only that, but the suspension in the Mazda is nearly 20 years old. At this point, it would be negligent not to put my dad on motorsports grade coilovers. No, this isn't another example of me modifying this car the way I wanted to when I was 19. This is a son's love for his father.
Oh, look at that. More rust. So much rust. I can't believe this actually is coming out.
While Mark and my good friend David tackled the rusty rear of the Mazdaspeed, I was busy making a small bracket for the new 3-port boost controller we'd need to run with the new B&R S3 Turbo that we'd sized up to.
Most shocks go through the body of the vehicle, and in this case it does not. It actually ties into the upper part of this subframe. All right, viewers, watch your eyes.
All we had to do to remove the rear shocks was lower the rear subframe. Yet again, the Mazdaspeed is proving to be an absolute joy to work on.
Good thing this thing has no rust.
So you're telling me that you have to take the whole mount out? You can't just undo this? Where do you get to that from?
You can't, yeah, like literally it's...
No, I'm asking, like, they designed it that way?
And there it is.
So we're reusing this.
Looks like it.
Thank God we can still reuse this.
Where did I go wrong in life? Currently working on a rusted out Mazdaspeed6.
While I was out of town at a wedding, Mark was forced to film himself finish up the suspension and alignment. Luckily, Mark excels behind the camera and was able to get me lots of great footage, making this segment easy to edit together.
They're looking good.
I'll take your word for it, Mark.
Tell you what, people make it look easy putting GoPros on their heads. Why is that not going in? There we go. All right, suspension is together. I'm gonna throw brakes back on. I think I got ride height about where I want it. It's about 1.5, about 2. And then here, we have about 4. 1, 2, 3.
At a certain point, Mark got sick of filming, and we'll just have to take his word for it that he did align the car. I'm back from out of town. I gave Mark the easy job of putting the coilovers on, and it's hard to show the car right now in this kind of tight shop space, but it does look very good. Just a couple more things to install under the hood so that we can pull the car outside and you can see what it looks like on the new Fortunato suspension. This is my Mazdaspeed6 to-do list that I put together like a week or 2 ago, and we are checking off just about everything on this list. There are some exceptions. This front mount, it's not getting done. It's just not getting done. What's more important, that I give the car back to my dad so that he can drive it, or I labor away installing another completely unnecessary scope creep mod. We are going to install the intake now, which will actually give us some horsepower. This is a classic case of your eyes being bigger than your stomach. When we started doing the build, I was like, oh, I'll do all this stuff. I'll order all the cool parts, get the front mount, get the diff mounts, and then actually comes down to the laborious crunch process of doing all of this in the time frame you need to get a YouTube series out and meet deadlines. And actually, there's no time for this stuff. And also, I'm sick of working on this car. CoreSport says this short ram intake is good for about 10 horsepower. My dad will have to tell me what he feels on this butt dyno. I redo all the connectors in the engine bay with the exception of the secondary O2 sensor, which I learned came with the wrong connector attached, and then reinstall the stock top mount intercooler. The front mount would have been a really cool glow up, especially from this dingy old part, but man is it nice to have so few charge pipes and couplers. I fixed up some boring stuff, battery terminals no longer tight enough, so I changed them out. The car of course needs coolant, and I luckily have the best stuff on the market on hand. And then it was time to put the interior back together. Go, Dad, go! Feel very safe. So it's very common in these old Ford era Mazda cars from like the 2000s especially, is where I've seen it, is these leather seats will crack at the stitching a lot. It happened here on this car. It was so common that my friend group would call it the seat. This seat is obviously just seen a lot of use. The bolsters are all flattened out. The leather is just super hard, and it doesn't feel appropriate to give this back to my dad when we've already detailed the entire interior and tried to make the car nice inside. So I actually found someone on Instagram, a viewer of the channel named Steven, who he himself has a much nicer Mazdaspeed6, a 700 horsepower example of a car. So these seats have 60,000 miles on them or something like that. So you can see still got the bolsters, the leather's still, you know, relatively soft for a Mazdaspeed6, and crucially, it is not sporting the seat. Thank you, Steven, very much. Drove out to West Virginia and Steven just straight up gave me this seat, so really appreciate it. That was extremely generous of you. Yeah, we're gonna hit this with some leather cleaner real quick and then put it in the car. Thank you, Steven. Such a nice looking seat. While I patched up the last of the interior, my buddy David helped me rewire the secondary O2 sensor connector, and I asked him to stick around for the first start. I have been in contact with Will from PD Tuning in Baltimore, Maryland, and he has sent me a base map factoring in all of the modifications that have been done to the car. We are going to take the tune that he emailed me and load it onto this here access port. And this access port is just a flash tuner for the Mazda ECU. From the factory, you can just plug an access port in, you can read AFR. Right now it's set up for boost, high pressure fuel pump pressure, wastegate duty cycle, knock retard, actual AFR, coolant temp. Okay, so we can change the ECU map to Benlin BNR S3, which is what Will from PD Tuning just sent me. This is just something that some general values that he cooked up based off of the mods that I sent him that are on the car. It's got wastegate pressure for the electronic boost controller. The car does, of course, have some fairly old gas in it. It's not 10 years old because my dad did drive it some, but it's not gas that I trust, so it's just about empty. We're gonna fill it up with some fresh 93 octane. Okay, here we go. Is it throwing any codes? So P0091, fuel pressure regulator, control circuit low. I'm gonna show this little diagnosis process because it's almost never this easy. David is an electrical whiz and he was all ready to measure continuities and trace wires, but with a little Googling, I found a Mazdaspeed forum post from someone with my exact problem. He could get it to crank, but it wouldn't turn over, and he was getting the same code and then had no spark. And it wound up being this ground that's hooked up on this one, but try cleaning it. That's so funny. It's never that. It's never something that easy. It was just like, oh, this could be a really big problem. It would be really satisfying if there was an easy solution to this. And then lo and behold. While the coolant system burped itself, I quickly wanted to see if I could find my old copy of Avenged Sevenfold. I just want to see really quick if we have a CD in here. And we do. And it's definitely a car that has been driven by my father. Oh, we got another one. The Best Collection of Folk Songs, CD5. Best of the Music, CD2. Best Collection of Folk Songs. Dang, it was fully loaded. All right, this is a first drive. Feels a lot better than it did when we started. Man, this
car is nice to drive. It feels good. The Fortunes feel very nice. I don't even know what we have the damping set to, but it's great ride quality. So we can data log on this thing just by pressing the center button, and then data logging has begun. We're in third gear. We'll just go from 3,000 to 5,000 RPM and just log that. So we're hitting our target boost. AFRs are good. No knock. Oh, and I went, I forgot I was supposed to let out at 5,000 to be honest. Oh, the seat heater works. Holy, are you feeling that, Cam?
It was so surreal to drive around in a car that I haven't owned for a decade, but now with all the mods I wanted to do when I was a teenager, and honestly, it's nice. A low-key sedan, understated and practical, all-wheel drive, the Fortune coilovers make the car feel a lot tighter and more like a sports car than the stock suspension did, and for the first time ever on this car, I have some proper high-quality tires. It has never felt so good to drive. I spent several hours street tuning the car with Will from PD Tuning, sending logs and tunes back and forth, tracking down boost leaks and making revisions.
Take a couple minutes, upload the tune, then go back out, get some more logs for Will, email the logs over, and then he makes some revisions and sends me a new map.
And now, it's time to give the Mazda back to my dad.
What? You get another seat. Is it the old seat?
Ah, it's a new one.
The one that cracked?
How's it look?
The car?
Yeah.
Looks awesome. Wow. It's a new headlight.
What's that?
It's a new headlight.
No.
Looks like new.
They polished them.
Oh,
They
wow.
sanded them and polished them, and now they're PPF.
Ah, I
won't-
thought it's new one.
Yeah. Well,
Very
now
good.
they won't sun fade again.
Oh, it's still lower. Yeah, it looks sporty. Ben, I told you I came to the United States in 1993. My uncle took me to airport in Taiwan with Mazdaspeed6. In Taiwan, we call Telstar.
Terrastar?
Telstar.
Oh,
Tel-
Telstar.
Telstar.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, a burgundy one. Now I come back a full circle and go back as Performance 6. So it's very emotional. Very emotional.
Can you tell me about this?
Yeah.
What's with the dent? I didn't do that.
Oh, this is it was a little bit snow on the left side of the house. It had a little bit slant and it had an electric pole. So I tried to get it out. The more I didn't know it only had a partial four-wheel drive. But anyway, maybe the tire. The more I tried to get it out, it got sucked in by the magnetic field of the electric pole. Oh, nice seat now.
Yeah,
Oh, soft too. Yeah. But it needs some love. I'm glad it got so fairy glory back. Wow, I didn't know it got so. It's very special. I know. I'm. See, overseas, especially in Asia, Mazda is famous for toughness. I remember when I was probably 40 years ago, most of the taxi in Taiwan, they use either Nissan, 1.2 pushrod. A lot of forklift in the United States use those engines. It's Nissan copy from what is it? British company, some kind of Austin Heaty. Yeah. After the Second World War.
It was at this point that I realized it would be pretty hard to edit this footage of my dad because his primary form of communication is using interesting, if a bit long-winded, anecdotes that seem to go on just long enough for you to forget what the original topic was in the first place.
All of a sudden, they got the turbocharger kits from Japan. So all the taxi driver start putting the turbocharger. And after a while, half of the taxi disappear. And I wonder why. Then so I asked them, what happened to your 323? They call home run in Taiwan. They say, all engine blew up. Because at that time, they have no idea. They think, oh, this thing create more power, but they didn't tune it or whatever. That's the first time the turbo kits for Mazda came in.
Yeah.
And
Well, we put a turbo kit on this car,
yeah,
and I just spent all day yesterday tuning it.
thank you.
So
I can go drive taxi now.
Yeah.
Without
Yeah, so I fixed the e-brake, so the e-brake will hold better.
What was the problem? The rust?
It needed to be adjusted, but also careful, chassis. The car's low now, and this will bottom out. So go out straight and then kind of cut right, or you can go left. Either way. Here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Better than S2000. We are 15 years younger.
Tune, bigger turbo,
Yeah.
downpipe,
Yeah.
intake, upgraded fuel pump, high pressure fuel pump because it's direct
Yeah.
injection.
Yeah.
18 PSI. So I don't know how much horse. It feels to me like maybe 310 or something like that. But
Very relaxing. Very good.
yeah, it's not too fast. But I told the tuner it's for my dad, so make it reliable. With this car, because it's turbo and direct injection,
Yeah.
high performance, it's got to be 93 octane.
Yes.
No 87.
No cut corner.
Don't cut corners. All right, let her eat. Hold it. Don't shift. Don't shift. Don't shift.
I always love speed.
Oh, bah, we got this.
Ah. Ah. That's my song when I was 13.
And from here, it was all downhill.
I got a story for you guys. I ride Honda 125 motorcycle till timing chain snap. I have a Mercedes 300E 1987 straight 6, very good car. This thing remind me 95 Nissan Maxima, 87 Celebrity, GM Celebrity. Here, 626, 340,000 miles. I used to have a Subaru. We drove all night. We both very tired. I saw a building and I said, okay, let's stop, take a nap. Then I switched to 100 Yamaha 2-stroke, no timing chain, timing gears.
It reminds you of a Maxima.
That's a VQ.
VG.
No, VQ. 95. First year they come out VQ. I will be speeding and the cop will ask me, why are you speeding? I say, I just got off the airplane. He let me go. The second time he gave me a ticket. It's very hard to adjust. Then his son rolled over.
Oh my God.
He come to a T, he didn't know it was a T.
No.
So he whipped it and everything. I say, how come this thing won't roll back? They had a brake in the master cylinder. Subaru design.
No way. It's a VG.
No, VQ. I drove to St. Louis. I was hallucinating. I thought it was top of the garage. It was a lake. I had a Mercedes right next to the lake. I almost went in the lake. I didn't know.
Well, thank you for
Thank you.
trading me for the Evo. Without the Evo, I probably wouldn't have a job. So I appreciate it. I hope you like it.
No, this is good. So is this gonna be on the track whenever you need it?
No.
With ZX2? No. Do
both,
that.
Both those cars would blow up.
No, it's good. It's good. Okay, let me go and take it for a spin.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. Very happy.
That has an exhaust leak.